Guten Morgen, comrades, right? That's good morning in German, right?
It is. Confirmed. Confirmed. Guten Morgen. That's good morning. That's about all I remember from my 1 year of high school level German.
No, you absolutely remember
you took
German,
Jeez.
which means I wish to be seeing you again.
Yeah.
Because of Django.
All I remember is because our old friend from high school used to say it all the time, thinking it was funny, was Willkommen der Krankenhaus is welcome to the hospital. Just because
the
it sounded funny.
is the
ambulance. Is the ambulance?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny, folks. We're talking about Gamescom Opening Night Live, if that isn't kind of clear from context clues. But it was funny seeing Jeff Keighley try to also speak German at the beginning and get like zero reaction, which, classic German. Classic German thing, just like, get out of here, silly American,
If you're not pissing, they're not clapping.
You see, the thing with Germans is they're not going to give you a reaction one way or the other. They'll just be like, okay, cool, you tried, whatever. If you try to speak French and don't speak French in France, they will actively kill you. They will pull the guillotine back out and they'll be like, ha ha, we love croissant and you will die now.
And being stinky. That's kind of universal across Europe. So we wanted to make this kind of quick video looking at what were our kind of top highlights from the show, limiting it to what were completely like new announcements, not updates, just release dates, new trailers.
You were like, there's no fun allowed in this video. You have to care about the new things they showed off. Not the fact we got a Silk Song release date, the only thing that matters.
I don't want to talk about or watch the
Indiana Jones coming to Switch 2.
Now trailer for Ghosts of Yote that we've gotten in the last 2 weeks. Enough is enough. I'm already excited for that game. I don't need to know or see anything more about it. You get to a point of marketing saturation. I didn't need to see all that. I don't need that. I kind of need to preface this whole thing by talking about how there are some things in here that I'm legitimately interested and excited for. Then there are another at least third of them that I'm kind of morbidly curious, kind of want to poke at and just be like, this looks bad, or again, quote unquote interesting, or I'm interested by the controversy surrounding it, or just the general context, not necessarily the thing itself. Those will become clear as we go on. And I kind of just want to jump into it with what I think has been the kind of biggest reveal from the show. I think it's been the most positively received. I'm seeing really good hands-on feedback from those who are lucky enough to play it on the show floor, and that is the new Lego Batman game that is coming out from Traveler's Tales, the same people who did the Lego Skywalker Saga, which again I thought was really good, and I enjoyed my time with that one. So to see them working on this was really interesting and encouraging, and I have some little kind of thoughts and curiosity about it. But did you guys get a chance to look at the footage of? And there's more than just the trailer that I've got playing right now, which is at the show, but then more stuff has been made public. But yeah, as Andrew, I'll throw it to you first. As the true kind of Arkham head, I myself am an Arkham, and I am an Arkham enjoyer. But you are,
I am an
real
alchemist.
Yeah, you are the real head, Batman head here. So what did you think of what you saw?
Thrilled. This will be the first Lego game that I actually buy. I was intrigued by the Skywalker series, and I almost did it, but I didn't.
Star Wars is lame now.
It's not that. It's just I've seen the movies, and I just didn't want to play through them. This I'm buying. I'm 100% in. I am stoked for everything about this. The fact that we are getting what is essentially an Arkham game.
It's the actual next, Batman Arkham game. They even have
How dare
it.
you, Gotham Knights.
We'll see it somewhere here. They've got shit like the explosive goo, the right there.
Yep.
They've got the explosive goo. You've got all the different vehicles. The one that really got me was this was footage shown from hands-on stuff on the show floor is like there are like mini boss fights that are like taken literally directly from Arkham, like where it's the big fucking brute and he's charging at you and you have to stun it with a batarang, and in order to then go up and rack up a huge fucking combo.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it looks sick. I am really excited to play this one. And
that. Yes.
My bits about I have mixed feelings about the casting, right? So Bane being played by the legendary Matt Berry. That has been confirmed, and I'm really excited for that. Watching the HBO Harley Quinn show has made it clear that Bane is ripe for great voice acting. James Adomian voices Bane in Harley Quinn, and it's really good. So seeing another kind of good comedic actor play Bane here is great, and I love Matt Berry. My one honest disappointment, and it's no shade against the voice actor who they have, I'm sure he's fine, but it's the fact that they didn't get Will Arnett to voice Lego Batman.
Yes, I'm so sad about that. He's so good
because I'm a Lego Batman movie enjoyer and defender. Not that I think many people dislike it, but just I think he was so good in that. And usually I'm against casting, regular Hollywood actors as voice talent, but one who has like kind of become, really kind of iconic in the role. It felt a little weird, and it's also strange because he's done video game work. He was the villain in Tiny Tina's Wonderland, wasn't he?
Yes.
And
yeah,
at least recently, that's what I remember. And for him to not get this, it's not, or to, I don't know, is it scheduling or something? It's weird. I don't know why.
I was surprised. I don't know, scheduling or financials. Maybe they just didn't want to pay what he was asking. Like I think Will Arnett is not. I don't think he would be cheap as a voice actor, to be honest. Like I would imagine that would be a pretty expensive casting by the studio here. It's definitely a miss. I mean, a Matt Berry, Will Arnett scene alone would be worth the price of admission in my.
I guess, and it's maybe because they're going for having Batman himself play the straight man to the Lego comedy. For that was my other hesitation, is that there seemed to be the regular expected Lego humor.
Yeah.
But it all seemed to be going on around Batman, and that Lego Batman himself was more serious, and again playing the straight man.
I mean, I would argue his Batman is playing the straight man in the movies.
I don't know, but like when he all the bits where he's fucking with Alfred, changing his computer password to Alfred the Butler and shit like that.
You're right. It's definitely not. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
There's maybe some of that, and it's that he's like takes himself so self-seriously.
Yeah, it's his self-seriousness that is the straight part of it, I guess.
Yeah. But I do think it's unfortunate that he's not being played, and so I want to see how the comedy works out, because that's an important part of a Lego game. But the game itself looks fucking awesome. It's just it's just Arkham in Lego, so I'm totally cool. People may call it, derivative or whatever, but I think it's a great choice, and I think it will be a lot of fun. And
the only thing I know about it is it's got a bigger open world map than Arkham Knight.
Yeah, it does.
That's awesome.
It does. You can fly around. I'm stoked. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited, actually. More so than I would have even expected to be had you just told me about this. But the other aspect of this that I wanted to highlight is there's going to be local co-op, which I think is a sweet addition and always a welcome.
That's been core to Traveler's Tales, their Lego games. Like they have that in Lego
the Skywalker
and Lego Star Wars. That's why I gifted a copy of it to my brother-in-law to play with my nephew. It was like perfect kind of. You could play through the stories, but then once you've unlocked a level, you can just go back and just dick around and do kind of puzzles and stuff. And you can just have some. You can
I feel like I remember we did local co-op at one point, and it involved me. I think it was R2 just on the sideline watching you dueling.
Did we do local? Yeah, it had to have been local because it's not like you had a copy. And then there was one version where we ended up both as Obi-Wan, and it couldn't remember who was supposed to be in the scene. It's better when you're doing it not in the story mode, when you're doing it in just exploration.
I just remember I was
playing as R2.
I was literally in little brother mode, not doing jack shit. while Duel of the Fates is going on.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing Matt playing as R2-D2 serving Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi. Like, you just have to get Jabba drinks.
That's riveting gameplay, folks. That's innovation.
I'm glad you two are excited for this. This is not my personal cup of tea.
Have you played any of the Arkham games?
I've beaten all of them.
Okay, I thought so, but I wasn't sure. Really, and not
I played them all on PS Now on my PS Vita.
Okay,
including playing the Vita exclusive Arkham Origins Blackgate.
Okay, all right.
Well, Arkham Origins is its own beast.
Is it the Lego? Is it the Lego that?
I'm just not a big fan of the Legofication of games.
All right.
I'd rather just build Legos myself.
I like both. I enjoy it all. So that's why, it's kind of been made in a lab for me. So I'm super excited for that. Next thing, like just a step down, and it's because I have some other kind of commentary on it. It's not a game, but it was in something that. So we're going to throw this to Matt. You were definitely going to be the target audience for this. You were the one who was saying that this was essentially inevitable, that it was going to happen at some point. But that is the Sekiro No Defeat anime. What's your take on it? What's your surface level take? And then we'll dive into it.
I mean, like you said, I said it was pretty much inevitable. There's been rumors about it for like 3 or 4 years at this point that various studios are working on it. If there was going to be a FromSoft game that got adapted this way, this is the one with the most clear story front to back. A great way for people who suck at the game to get the story. Maybe like Mike can finally finish the game through this.
I didn't even know he actually started it. I forgot. Yeah,
remember because we did it and he got stuck at Bull.
No, but he got past. He got
past Bull.
But he got stuck at Bull for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he got stuck at Genichiro, I think.
Yeah, that's where he got to.
The actual skill check. Yeah.
You think this is going to be it's going to be the game storyline?
I mean, I think it's going to follow all the major points. There was Monkey, there was Mortal Blade.
See, he's fighting Oniwa right there. You know? So it's, absolutely.
It looks cool. I'm excited.
There's some interesting controversy around the art style. Some people hate it. Some people love it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about your opinions on the art style. The controversy is that people were accusing it of being AI generated.
Yeah, because people don't know how to fucking read smear frames.
Exactly. It's because people are absolute illiterates and like literally couldn't read they had to read one further sentence on the studio's website. That
hand-drawn.
Confirmed that this is entirely hand-drawn 2D animation. But yeah, it's because of some like line on the. So this is being produced by Kodakawa. Then I don't know how you'd pronounce this. Quizzle.la and Arch, and so there's a line on the Quizzle webpage that says that they look to use AI.
Filling in frames
for certain things, but this is not one of them.
No.
So
I literally the image people pulled of a smear frame of a hand pulling the katana and being, look, there's 5 fingers shown because there's essentially an after image of a finger,
and it's like people don't understand just that like if you slow down and look at any hand-drawn animation, interstitial frames are always going to look weird. You're not meant to watch this frame by frame. That is how animation works. It is the way it plays the trick on the eye to infer motion through kind of exaggerated,
I sent in the group chat one of the most famous anime smear shots that people like to make fun of in the Naruto versus Pain fight, where Pain is just absolutely blown out, face is all big, eyes are all over the place.
And again, this is not one of those cases, but anime itself is also part of the art form is to have frames and sections of non-realistic exaggeration. That is how they convey emotion, right? Is through when they have their eyes fucking bug out and they've got like the heat symbols coming off their heads when someone gets too horny and stuff like that, that's not real. But
so pretty sure that when I get too horny, heat symbols appear above my head.
Steam comes out of my ears.
Yeah. Classic Awooga guy here. Is this studio, have they done prior animes that you have watched?
Have they done prior animes? Yes. Have I watched them? I would have to look at the list. I haven't looked into it.
But so it's not one you just knew off the top of your head.
It's Kodakawa, so they produce a lot. Remember the whole issue when Sony was buying portions of Kodakawa? People were like, oh my god, they're buying From Software. No, they're buying their animated manga.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're one of the major producers, yeah.
I really like the art style. I think they're trying to be... I appreciate that they're trying to be unique. The only non-unique art style I would have liked to see is like a Studio Trigger, but that's just because I want to see how they bastardize my boy Kuro and turn him into a Shota.
For me, I was like kind of up and down on the art style. There are bits of it where the shadowing doesn't look quite right to me, where it looks a little flat. I like its use of color. I actually like the high contrast.
Best in motion in combat.
Yeah, but there are certain frames where it's just like there's a flatness to it that I was like, I'm not sure I like this, but in motion.
Hope they do the speedrun technique for folding screen monkeys.
Just turn around and immediately kill
the invisible one, Papanako.
I am excited for this. Again, I agree with Matt that this was, again, kind of inevitable that this was going to happen at some point.
It's the one with the most clear story to tell. I've always in the back of my mind hoped for some sort of like 10 episode, like The Fall of Artorias or something like that from Dark Souls 1. Because I feel like that could be cool, like building up like you're following your hero and then the last episode being him succumbing to the abyss and like not getting the happy ending, I feel like could be cool.
Could you tell, is it the same Japanese voice cast? Because I felt like Genichiro sounded correct.
I would have to go back and double check.
Yeah, I'm interested to look into that, see if they there's any.
I hope that they exclusively do Spanish for Oniwa.
Yeah,
Meyama.
Unfortunately, I don't feel like it's the type of media where they're going to be memeing in it.
Of course not.
However, you can't put it past FromSoft to not meme on us, because they did it with the Libra fight by throwing meme builds at us with the mobs. So I never say never. All right, what I probably can say never to is the next game, and I'm purely interested in it because of the controversy, and that is what is now the 6th or something spiritual successor to Disco Elysium, and this one coming from the charred husk of what is Zaum Studio. This is Zero Parades, a spy-based thriller that, if those in the know have been paying attention to, all the controversies surrounding what has happened with Disco Elysium, the firing of its developers, the splits to different studios, the accusations of toxic work environment, stealing of IP, all of this shit. There's a lot to unpack. I highly recommend going and watching the People Make Games documentaries, which, why this is even more relevant now is there was an update to that documentary and another hour plus long video that they just put out this week, where two of the it was like the last two kind of remaining people who had worked on Disco. This was Argo Tulik, and he was the main one. He was he was the last of the original Disco writers who was at the team. Basically got fired because of this project, because of his resistance to this project. It was him and his partner Dora are like the focus of this latest video, and they were like the two kind of real employees that were, you could say, that were coming to you from the developers of Disco Elysium. But they had since they left or had been fired, and because they were not on board with this game, and they had been kind of shut out of the process of making this espionage game that they just felt did not vibe with the. They're like, oh, this could make a good novel or a good kind of open world game, but not like an isometric, choice-based RPG. And they were accused of, creating toxic resistance around the rest of the writers. And again, so much classic communist infighting, right?
It's
I
so
know
funny,
you love
man.
Disco Elysium, but the more I hear about all of the people who made it and like the various branching off and splitting off and firing and dislike of each other, the less I want to play anything that any of them make.
Well, you can definitely, again, be like pretty solid on not playing this one, you know, because this again seems to be the most soulless, the most removed from anything. I do think you can still enjoy Disco Elysium as its individual property, and particularly because it is self-critical. You know, that's one of its strongest selling points, is how it is, and of course those right wingers who are incapable of, you know, actual reading into, you know, true political ideology would be like, oh, the game is based because it's just as critical as communism as it is of fascism. And I'm like, no, the balance is a little bit in one direction. Let's be clear. When the developers thank Marx and Engels at the Game Awards, I think we know which way their message actually leans. But they are critical of exactly what happened to them. Is how now there are 6 studios claiming to be the true successor to Disco Elysium, and your resistance to that, Matt, I think is legitimate. Normally, I will push back against that with you, your stubbornness on that one. But here, there's some worthwhile.
I can't handle 17 different people saying, no, I'm the real one.
Again, so I think you could go back, enjoy Disco, try to approach it in a bubble, enjoy Disco, but then the things that are coming afterwards, I think you'd be fine. All right, I would defend you in, you know, wanting to remove yourself from that. I might still dabble in some of the various projects because I'm a isometric RPG sicko, so even if they're bad, you know, I'll still want to check them out.
It's genuinely funny just how that whole situation's unfolded. It's
just completely
so stereotypical,
Okay, so here,
and that's without the fact that Virgil, Texas, and Dasha were part of the original voice cast, which is also just funny.
No longer. The Final Cut version gets rid of them and has some. Oh my god, man! Felix's voice acting in the original is fucking awful. It's so bad. Will and Matt are actually decent, but oh my god, Felix's is horrible.
That tracks.
The next game is something, you know, we're going to the opposite ends. That's the morbid curiosity. I want to poke at it and see what falls out, versus I'm genuinely excited for this one. It was probably my like top thing that I saw throughout the whole show. Technically, this was from the pre-show, which in my opinion is a crime that this one didn't get kind of further highlighted. So
for Ben, we can do things from the
pre-show. We're out of the show for Ben.
Still count this as opening night live. It was on the same video stream. It counts.
When I want to talk about Metroid Prime 4,
which has no footage coming from this. And again, the real rule was it had to be new. It had to be something completely new, not just updates.
Yeah, like Silk Song getting a release date.
That's an update. That's the definition of an update.
No, it's new. It's never been released before. Now we know it's releasing.
But also, it's the confirmation that it is actually a real game. But at the show, we also didn't get the actual release date until the day after.
There was a really funny, and I say it's funny because I think it's horribly not funny, meme of the little beetle guy from Hollow Knight handing the clown makeup over to the hunter from Bloodborne. It's like,
the one I saw was Tesora from Kingdom Hearts.
I've seen the hunter from Bloodborne, and my reaction to that is just, there has never been an indication of any Bloodborne remake, remaster, sequel. Nothing. So if you're putting clown makeup on expecting that's because you're actually a clown.
Right. So this one that I'm actually really, really hyped for is called DenshAttack, and it is by, I believe, a Spanish indie studio called Undercoders, coming out early 2026. It has this, as you can see, this cel-shaded art style. It like is very kind of Hi-Fi Rush in that sense, but it's like Jet Set Radio, except you're a fucking subway car. You're a subway train. And there's a bit at the end where one of the things you're fighting is like a Voltron Megazord thing that combines from other subway cars, and just looks, you know, stylish as hell, and, you know, extremely autism coded. That, you know,
You'll never catch me playing a game that makes public transit look fun.
Here's the Megazord. It looks fucking sick.
Oh my god, amazing.
The game looks awesome. This is the type of game that I'd absolutely love to just, hopefully play in a couple sittings, and I will never stop championing this kind of weird idea, and I'm super excited for it.
This is propaganda to make people think public transit is cool and exciting. We need to be driving more cars, less trains.
I love that you appear to have a baseball in your weapon arsenal of some sort.
Yeah, I mean it's taking place in Japan, so these are autistic Spanish weebs, because it's taking place in Japan. So they're ingraining themselves in Japanese culture.
Anything
and
about the
entertainment
Spaniards?
media.
They've got a lot of time for siestas.
So when they say early 2026, I think a few naps might delay that a little bit.
A 6
We'll
can
see.
easily be turned into an 8 with just carrying a little line over.
But I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to hit something very similar to Hi-Fi Rush. Not going to be a rhythm game, but I get that vibe from it. And part of it I think is largely from the art style, but I am excited for it. I'll probably piss Matt off with this one and ranking it kind of in the middle of the pack, just because he's so anti-Chinese, folks. Get him.
Go after me, I dare you.
But so we got the reveal is not even an accurate description. And that's largely kind of why I wanted to talk about it, was the continuation, the sequel in the Black Myth series that I guess we're calling it now, and excuse my pronunciation, and Black Myth Zhong, which is
Zhong
basically they have, so this isn't even in pre-production yet. They confirmed after the
director
fact.
has already written his Game of the Year acceptance speech.
Yeah. But they've confirmed basically that beyond whatever assets they have for this, pre-rendered cutscene reveal thing, that what they have on their servers is basically an empty file folder. That's all that they have.
I'm going to point out that we shouldn't be excited about that, though.
Oh no, I'm not at all.
We should be championing games that are being ready to get released and being ready for marketing. This is how you end up with a 10-year, every time there's a new show. Are we going to get a release date?
Yeah, no, literally, this will come out in 2030.
I think there's no way this comes out this generation. There's absolutely no chance that this is going to be at best, a
Which, I mean, it's exactly what they did with
title.
Wukong. They showed off, a 30-second trailer of assets that they'd cobbled together in, 2018, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really? It was that long?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's so funny.
It's weird to me, though, and it shows how poisoned we've become with, the long development cycles. That doesn't even seem that bad anymore. Because what game came out? Was it
24?
I'm lost now. Was it 23 or 24? I feel like it was
2024. That was last year.
It came out in 2025 for Xbox players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't it just? Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, it just came out.
So,
I can't wait for this one to also be PlayStation exclusive.
But beyond this is an example of really bad kind of marketing practices of showing something before there's again, this has not even entered pre-production. This is literally them just saying it's got to be to secure funding in some way.
Yeah.
They had to have paid Jeff a hefty sum to even steal a spot there for something that's that far out.
Yeah, this was definitely some investor pitching.
It's just more just to say that we're not a one game thing. It's an interesting choice. Obviously, with the success the game had in China, it's not as surprising that they're going to another mythical figure that is obscure to non-Chinese players.
A notably less popular one.
It's because Monkey King Journey to the West is kind of ubiquitous. It is well known, well outside.
It's Goku.
China. Yeah, it is a really kind of relevant cultural export that everyone's aware of. Whereas nobody outside of China knows this character and its backstory. So he's like considered like the king of ghosts, the supreme ghost hunter in Chinese mythology, and that could lead itself to some cool gameplay. Like I think it could be really interesting in terms
big kitty too.
I think it has some legs in terms of a Souls-light action adventure game.
Stop calling these games Souls-light. They're character action games, and I won't back off that point.
I don't think that's fair at all. I don't get the distinction.
No, I think they're boss runs
for Wukong. There are other ones like, a character action game is a fucking Devil May Cry. Black Myth Wukong is not Devil May Cry. At all. It is not a Devil May Cry. It is not a Bayonetta. That's character action games. This is absolutely draws more from Souls-like. People, I never understood that people tried to distinguish this one. At most, again, I would call it a Souls-light versus like. There are elements that move away from it, but it's very similar in so many capacities. So I don't think that that's correct. But I think it fits. I think thematically, my very, very base level understanding of what the mythology is, I think it's cool.
Sounds cool.
But it's not real. Let's be clear. It's not real. So don't get any expectation for it whatsoever. Not real. Not a real thing. And even by their own admission, not real.
God damn, that's so fucking... I hate that, but I also have so much respect for doing that at the same time. Like, you're just such a grifter on a level that I can't comprehend individually.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because Chinese AAA gaming is now kind of up and coming. That they're kind of stepping into this role, is that they're just behind the times, right? That they are that step behind, and that's what everybody else was doing. Dude, The Witcher 4 was announced, years ago when there was fucking nothing, right?
Here's my hope.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Since this is going to clearly be a next-gen game, I hope Astrobot 2 comes out and wins Game of the Year over it. And then the director crashes out on social media.
There's a real good chance that happens.
There's another sequel that got showed in the show.
But that one falls down. I mean, I guess we can do that one now. I guess we'll keep the Souls-likes to piss Matt off together.
It was a Souls-like sequel. I'm trying to set you up there.
I didn't have them.
It's another game that I hate.
We're jumping over one. A game that you hate without ever playing.
Yeah, because I don't need to play.
And isn't this the third game, actually?
Technically, yes. You are correct. So this is Lords of the Fallen 2 that got officially announced.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. It took them 4 years to get Lords of the Fallen 1, the reboot, into their what should have been launch state, but they're getting a sequel out right away.
They just released it. It sold 2 million copies.
Whoa.
So, I mean, that's not bad. It's not bad. I think if they're announcing the sequel and have done it in with a Gamescom, with a Jeff showcase, they must have finally hit profitability, right? I know that was the discussion for a long time, is that Lords of the Fallen, the reboot, just was not profitable. So they must have made some leaps there. From all accounts, the 2.0 update is supposed to be pretty good. It's one I want to try out because, unlike Matt, I will judge things based on what they are, not what people tell me that they are.
No, I just don't trust a studio who already failed once, released one, took 4 years to get it right.
It's not the same studio. It's not the same studio, first off.
Doesn't matter. Lords of the Fallen 1.
It does. That's you're about to say that's my argument, is that the studio failed. Oh, wait, it's not the same studio. Okay, I wasn't actually making that point at all.
No.
When did the first...
If the game is bad, I will say that it's bad. I'm not trying to defend it here. I just don't know I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to try it.
When did that first one come out?
Oof.
How long ago
2014.
was
that was like one of the first Souls-likes.
It was supposed to be the AAA Souls-like.
And it was
god-awful trash.
And it was doo-doo.
Did you play that?
No, because I don't play god-awful trash.
You didn't try it? Okay, I couldn't remember.
If I'm going to play a Souls-like, it's going to be made by From Software, or it's got to be so universally liked by people that maybe I will give it a shot. Like, I still haven't played Lies of P.
Which you need to. That's criminal. That is criminal. The last real one, I do have a kind of an honorable mention, but the last one that I've got interested in is largely because I'm a Warhammer fan. I enjoy the universe, and this is like lauded as like one of the
Fantasizes about being the emperor.
No, but one of the pinnacles of Warhammer video games is the original Dawn of War RTS game. And so it has had, obviously, this one is Dawn of War 4, so there have been 2 and 3, but not, thought of as highly. And so from hands-on impressions, people, the common thing that we're seeing is that this is, finally the sequel that we've been hoping for. So my desire to play this is only kind of mitigated by how bad I am at RTS. The last one I tried playing was the Total War, the Warhammer Total War. And it's just like, the games are both too slow and there's too much going on at the same time that I get easily overwhelmed with what's going on, and also the fact that I'm just like not very good with mouse and keyboard. That's not my muscle memory. But like, I want to play this. This looks cool. This looks good. And
yeah, but you also know that how RTSs work. This is the thing that always annoys me about these types of games, is they'll release these cinematic trailers that are absolutely nothing like the gameplay.
Yeah,
it's like how Diablo used to do their trailers.
Yes,
I don't believe this. I believe this has gameplay in it. This is just the start of the cinematics. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But like,
that's how I feel about RTS, 100%.
But
it's like that Diablo used to get me as a kid. I'd be watching this like epic fight between a Reaper and an Angel, and then it'd be like, oh no, you back out and you click. And then you click, and then you click.
I mean, look at it. That's where the gameplay is being shown, and the RTS genre does a great job of making.
Plus, who wants to play a game where the Necrons are the bad guys? The Necrons are the good guys.
Matt, you need to play Mechanicus 2. Because it lets you play. You can play as either the Adeptus Mechanicus, or you can play as
Adeptus Mechanicus are the actual bad guys. They harvest the robot parts.
Oh, they're hypocrites. They're the biggest hypocrites in the lore. But yeah, but in Mechanicus 2, you can play as you can play as the Necrons fighting the Mechanicus. So, but you're not. Maybe I'll force you guys to do like a tactical RPG game, XCOM themed.
Oh no!
Because you could also, Matt would like that one because you can play as the Necrons.
The only good faction.
I really enjoyed, again, another Warhammer game. I really enjoyed one of the worst.
There's one other good faction. It's Black Templars, but that's for a different reason.
There's one terribly titled game, but it's awesome. It's like Warhammer 40,000 Chaos, Warhammer 40K. Oh fuck! I even forget it. It's so long, but it's like okay, yeah. It's Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters.
Aping K-pop Demon Hunters.
There's
clearly.
8 words in the title. Great game though. Love that game. You play as the Grey Knights, and it's awesome. Okay, of course, as all these videos go, I've always feel like, I want to keep this tight and short, and like, this is almost a full podcast level of thing here. But the last one I had was La Divina Commedia, a take on Dante's Divine Comedy, and I don't know what to make of this. If this is trying to be a Souls-like or not, or if it's trying to be a more of a character action game. This claims to be in-game footage, although it looks highly pre-rendered. And to me, it has some of the combat has some cool fluidity to it, but then I feel like there's going to be some high levels of jank. And it's largely because this is coming from Jayama Games, the people from Inotria, The Last Song, which, again, would make you think that it's going to be another Souls-like, because that's what Inotria was. But this also had no release window. Inotria just came out. Who knows how long they
Just
may
came out
have.
as a white term. Just
came out-
finished its roadmap. Now they're not going to touch it ever again.
Was that this year? That wasn't it this year?
No, it came out last year. But it came out in a
Time has
horribly
really
janky,
flattened for me.
unplayable state. And then they released a roadmap where they're like, we're going to fix it all. And then that roadmap finished this summer. And it's still not great.
Yeah, that one looked pretty janky. Like, when the show was going on and I tried reading that title, I almost had a stroke.
What letters are those?
All right, did I miss anything, boys? Again, criteria had to be new and had to be from the opening night live show because there was
Indiana Jones coming to Switch 2.
Ports don't count.
No, you got all my shit. I'm pumped for Lego Batman. I really am. It's not something I expected to be as excited as I am about, and I think it's just going to be a lot of fun.
I think rather than replaying the Arkham games, which like I recently replayed Asylum, but rather than like replaying City and Night, I think I might just wait for this instead and just play that.
I mean, Arkham Knight is a slog.
Yeah.
If you're trying to play it like you in 100% the game, which I almost did on my original playthrough, but then when I found out that like to get like a true ending or something like that, you had to find all the Riddler trophies.
Yep.
I said no thanks.
Yep. No.
Do all the bullshit for, what's his name, Azrael?
I didn't hate those that much, but yeah, that game has some problems.
Yeah, it does.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, who is the Arkham Knight? It's so mysterious.
All right, that was Gamescom. Now, well, since we've gone so long, we can say Guten Nacht, everybody, for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.
It means I wish to be seeing you again, but since I do not, I will just say goodbye.
So, I really don't like care. I wouldn't care about going to see the show, except for actually the last thing I didn't mention, which the actual highlight of the show, the opening live show, was the live musical performance by the Expedition 33 people. That was sick, but would have been obviously great to see that actually live. I don't care about the event really, but seeing all the stuff and all the people getting hands on and this it makes me sad that it's in Europe because this is obviously the true replacement to E3 that really exists. Summer Game Fest like wishes it could be as impactful in terms of what it's doing for the industry. So there's a lot of news that's been coming out about a lot of things. So our news episode for the end of the month could have a lot of interesting things to discuss.
Yeah, Silk Song release date.
Which has already killed like one other indie game that I saw was like pushing their release dates because of Silk Song.
Oops.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Does the hater in me want people to be disappointed? Want it to be a good game, but have people be disappointed because it's not the second coming that people have made it out to be? A little bit. I'm putting my hater cap on. I hate Metroidvanias, so there's that. Matt, are you going to drop everything and play?
Drop everything for it? No, I'll probably wait till it's got a physical release.
All right, folks.
It gives it a year to get updated, patched, and whatnot.
All right, but I believe our next episode is news, so we will be back.
Yep.
We won't really be covering the show here, but maybe some things that we've seen, get some more information from the conference itself. All right, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.